Hello and welcome to the 12th episode of the But I'm Knitting podcast. My name is Ramona. I'm a knitter from Toronto and welcome to my corner of the crafting world. Let's see, this week I was kind of debating whether or not I was going to film this today, mostly due to the fact that I got home late from work and I have knitting circle later on tonight, but then tomorrow I have something very important that's happening after work, so it's just a matter of seeing what time I had left. But I said, you know what, if I don't do it today, I can't guarantee I'll do it later, so let's do this. So I've got no finished objects, but I do have a few works in progress. I've got stash enhancement, and I think that covers it. So I guess I will start with my works in progress. So in my crochet 1 knit 2 bag that I got, I made progress on my socks. The only problem is I didn't put a marker as to how far I had started from, but if I remember correctly, I was probably about maybe at the most like halfway in that gray line. So I made a bit of progress. It was, sitting on the bus knitting type of knitting, and it went well. The yarn that I'm using is from the Cozy Knitter in her Bliss base in the colorway Gild. So I just call the socks Gilded. Seemed like a nice name. So that's one project I've made progress on. I don't think I've made to the heel yet. I think I'm going to do one more color repeat before I put that in. My next project is the shawl that I'm working on Helen Kennedy, called the Behind the Scenes Shawls. It's a test pattern. I haven't made as much progress on it as I would have liked this week because honestly, I don't know. I don't think I knit that much this week. So, let's see. Oh wow, yeah, it really was just a few rows. Very, very little. But I have until, I think July 15th to finish it, so I gotta really get cracking on that. So you can see from the marker, that's how far I've made. It's barely any progress, but I'll work on catching up on that. The yarn I'm using is yarn that I dyed myself. This one is called Peach, or Peachy. I can't remember what I called it. And the gray is Solivar. Okay, I'm going to put these back now. The last project that I worked on, I pulled it up because I lucked out that I found my bullet journal, that one that I thought I had lost last week. I ended up finding it. It seems to be a trend. I lose it and then I find it like a week later. So I pulled out my Strangling vine socks. With the pattern is by Karen Buhr. I had done the pattern for her a while back and I pulled it back out again today. So I am currently on the heel, halfway through. I had started that maybe a couple days ago, and I kind of just put it down and left it at that point. I could probably get that finished in like no time flat, but anyways, the yarn that I'm using so this is the sock pattern. So the top, this one is Woolme's Twin in the colorway AL13. The pattern of the sock, this is Woolen Vine yarn on her footsie base, and the colorway is Pandora. This is the second sock. I have the first one already done, so I'll probably I have a good chance of finishing that soon. We'll see how well my attention span goes for the week. I think that's pretty much it for works in progress that I've actually touched. So I guess we'll go into stash enhancement. So I realized I wanted to cast on more socks and then realized I didn't have enough sock needles. So I was determined to go to the store to go buy some. So I ended up back at Knit-O-Matic, I think last week, Thursday it was? I think it was last week, Thursday. And I went, and, I got my two needles. Really happy. They're basically carbons, but shorter. Like, shorter than the ones I usually get. So I think these are the 6-inch or something like that, or shorter than that, because this is the length that I usually get. If you can see, actually if I hold it this way it would be better. That's the length I usually get. This one, if you can quite clearly see, is a lot shorter, right? But it should be fine for using, so I'm excited. I'm happy about that, so I can cast on 2 more pairs of socks with no problem. Right? These are the same. The packaging is 2 different sizes. I have no idea why. Just realized that. So, yay. But while I was there, I saw a sign that said Cascade 220 is on sale for 30% off. So I went in and I bought more yarn. So first thing I did was, when I was there, is I opened up my Ravelry and I looked to see what yarn they had available, or what pattern I could use for this, because worsted weight is not something that I really use. Majority of my projects are all finger weight projects. So I found something, I liked it, and I found 4. These are not the neatest skeins, they kind of keep falling out, but as you can quite clearly see, I got 4 skeins of yarn. So the first one, this one, do I have the names on these ones, or did I just have it on? Sorry, don't mind me, I'm just checking to see if there's, it's a Peruvian Highland, although I was looking for the colorway name, which I know I found. No, it was on the receipt, that's what it was on. So I guess I'll just go through my my list on Ravelry, and I will tell you exactly what they are. So this dark brown color is called Vinci, Vinci Heather. No, that's not dark brown. Sorry, my mistake. I got my colors mixed up. This one, it's called Brown Heather. It's almost black, but not quite. This one is called Vinci Heather. This gray one, I'm opening up, I think. It's taking its sweet time. This one simply is called Gray. Very simple. And this last one, this lovely blue shade, is called Anise. And together they are going to make a baba hat. That's the first thing that popped up on my list when I looked for something under worsted weight. It's the first thing that was not a sweater that popped up on my list. I'm like, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So suffice to say, I'll be making myself a baba hat, but probably not until maybe the fall or so. Yeah, maybe for the fall or winter I'll do that. On Sunday now, I was coming back from Hamilton, and I decided to make a stop into Yarns Untangled. That's in Kensington Market. It's a nice shop. It's a nice shop. It's really quaint. It's like, I don't know, it just feels like a really cozy neighborhood, like anybody could walk in. So they have pedestrian Sundays where they pretty much close off the road, and everybody just, if you want to get anywhere, you have to walk or maybe take a bike. So I happened to be there on that day. And surprise, surprise, they had yarn indulgences in there. I ended up not looking for any yarn. I wanted to, but it's like, with the amount of money that I've recently spent, I probably shouldn't. But after I ended up getting a book instead, and I was really hoping that I was be able to get it, because anything that helps me is better. So I got Custom Socks Knit to Fit Your Feet by Kate Atherley. I haven't fully gone through it yet, but I did look through it. I did like the patterns that were in it. And one of the bonuses about it is that she's a Canadian designer. She has sock patterns in there. So for the Canadian, is it the Canada Cow? I believe that's being hosted by the Canadian Knitter podcast. This could technically work if I pull out something from one of the patterns. I don't know if I'm directly going to be doing this, but I also have the option of maybe even doing Tanis, or I don't know. I'd have to really look, because most likely I'm going to be knitting socks. So that is going to be one of my essential go-to books for knitting socks. I have a few of them, but like this is, I guess, for customizing my own socks even more than I do. This would be, or not necessarily just for me, but for other people, this would be very handy to use. So I'm very happy with that. And remember how I said I couldn't find my bullet journal? By Friday, I was going out of my mind. I'm so used to being able to flip open my bullet journal to find everything that I'm looking for, and I didn't have it. So because I knew I was going to be going to a place where I can buy another bullet journal, or the one that I use, I went into Indigo, or that location is actually called Chapters by Square One Mall, and because I was going to be meeting my friend there, and I bought another one. But the funny thing is, that same night when I made it to church, that's apparently where I left it, that's exactly where it was. So I got myself a new bullet journal. I still wrapped up in the plastic. This will probably be my second one that I use, so I already have it. I'll put it aside for then. But while I was there, I also found this. I got this cute book because of the amount that I bag because of the amount that I spent. So this would actually make a really good knitting bag just to carry it around, or probably put in multiple bags inside of it. So yay! Looking forward to filling that out more. And the last thing that I purchased, I just got this today. I had actually seen somebody on Instagram with an idea where they had a clear big plastic bin, and they had it with like little dividers in it, and they would put their cake skeins of yarn so they just go in and pull it out. I have been trying for the life of me to find one of those, but I cannot find one at a price that I'm willing to pay. So I found something kind of smaller, and I think it will work out quite well. It's just a clear plastic bin like this, but it has a divider on top. So this one I got for like $8. And when you open it up, it has, so the base is just, regular empty clear. And the part on top is like this. So with this, I can put in my knitting needles, I can put my stitch markers and such. In these areas, or even mini skeins if I'm going to use them for heel, cuffs, and toes. So that's pretty useful. So I got it in a lovely teal color because every once in a while I feel the urge to cake a skein, even though I'm not going to cast it on because I already have enough, projects on my needles. So this way I can cake it and just put it in the bin and just stare at it until I have my needles free again. That pretty much covers everything in regards to knitting and crafting. So otherwise, that's been happening. Last week I was telling you, and the week before that, I was telling you about the talent show with my sister. So we did it. We did the song. It sounded good. I was very proud of her. And my brother played the bass guitar. My dad played the piano, and he got it down pretty good. I was very happy with that. And my sister, I had to teach her about proper mic technique. Like, I'm not an expert or anything, but, okay, for all of those people who use microphones, please know microphones are not talismans. Say, for example, say this is like a microphone. Holding it down here really does nothing. If you're going to be singing into it, hold it up properly. So I had to get her to use it properly. But otherwise, it turned out really good. I also sang with my friends. That turned out very well as well. We were supposed to sing at another place, but one of our members wasn't able to make it, unfortunately. But it turned out really good. Got to meet a bunch of new people at that second place. So we're very happy with that progress and the people that we got to meet. I then just came home on Sunday and I pretty much crashed. That's pretty much going to be like my entire week now, because by the time I get home, I'm tired because I feel like I didn't get enough sleep the day before. So then I go to sleep, and then once I go to sleep, it's time for me to wake up, and then I look at the clock and say, goodness, I need to go to sleep because I have to go to work tomorrow morning. So hopefully soon I won't have to worry about it like that too much. I don't know. I'll have to see. So maybe next week or the week after I might have other news that might change the way that my days go. It also might, and if it does happen, it also will change when I do my podcast episodes, but that's okay. So coming up, I'm pretty certain that's pretty much it for what's going on with me. Other than my mom and my brother are going away to a family wedding in just over a week. Yeah, just over a week. So right now my aunt's away with her kids, but they're going to be coming back this week because my little cousin, she graduates on Thursday. She's going into high school. So it will still be me and Grandpa. I think we're the only consistents in the house this entire time because we're not going anywhere. So after that, then when they come back, that is pretty much, nobody's going on vacation. So that's okay. We'll see how things go. So I think this is going to be the shortest episode that I've ever done. But however, after this, I'm going to put up a video of me and my sister singing. And it's optional as to whether or not you want to listen to it. But I say she sounded really good. So if you guys want to hear, it's only about 4 minutes long or something like that. I think it's just under 4 minutes because my friend just basically, when I went out with my sister, my friend took my iPad and just filmed it for me. Even without me asking. But I was very happy because I did want to get a copy of it. So when you're, just letting you know, when you see the video, the tall skinny dude, that's my brother. Beside him, sitting at the piano, is my dad. My sister is obviously the little girl standing right beside me, and then I'm there standing in a dress and heels, and my feet were killing me, but we pulled it out. So that's it for tonight, or for today, and it's, again, as per usual, raining. You'd think I live somewhere else other than Toronto. So that's it for today. I hope to see you next week, and happy crafting. Bye!